really videos or anything. Okay. So here we are at Wondercon. And there's Wondercon right there, back there, and we've been taking pictures.
No pictures, please.
I'm interviewing with Brett at the round table.
Why is that so sexy? Why'd you say so sexy?
That's just me. That's just the way I am.
That's how you start an interview.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So classy.
Hi. Fun times. Are we?
Well.
I love the change.
Recruit right there. My goodness.
Oh, that's not a new recruit.
No, we've always been
dedicated.
Yeah, we've
recruit.
always been Hydra, man.
I'm just gonna sit over here. I'm not sorry.
I think I need to beat up a few people.
Well, you got both of them on here, kid. Look at that.
Yes, you are.
Is Royd on there too?
I got a R2D2 on there. I got a panda. I don't know, and a Buddha.
And
Superhero mom.
Superhero mom.
Yeah, this was a gift from my family. Oh, and Mulan, of course.
Yes.
Oh.
Can I take a picture?
Of what?
The bracelet.
Just want to close up. Very cool. Thank you.
Okay. So if I can start with, we saw that Hive had some respect for his previous body's owner. Is there any sense that Ward is still in there? And if there is, is Hive having any influence? Is Hive having any influence in taking any of Ward's personality into consideration?
Yes. Fascinated with this note taking over here. You have tape recorders. I think that's one of the interesting things about Hive is that he only can exist in a host's body, and once he's done that, he has access to those thoughts and memories.
Of
potentially
Ward and May together.
he knows all. He plays that movie over and over.
That could be a disadvantage for Agent May. I don't know.
Possibly, but he knows a lot about May.
He remembers the nail gun.
Oh, that too.
That might have been blocked. Yes, and so anyway, he has Will's memories. This guy's been around for centuries, so he has a lot of access to a lot of different people's life stories. Obviously, Ward has his own strengths and weaknesses. Daisy Johnson being one or both of those, and all of the sort of troubled past and stuff. So I think it's a really interesting thing. Hive is sort of more than the sum of his parts, but also, he has all of those flaws as well, because he has access to Ward and his strengths / weaknesses as well. So maybe there is a soft spot for Daisy Johnson somewhere in there that might influence Hive. I don't know. I also don't know how the season's going to end.
Daisy, whatever.
But there is always that possibility. The thing with May, he definitely replays
So, you guys have been talking. I've heard some talk about episode 19 and how it's gonna be really great.
Yeah.
Can you hint at some things? Was it
It's
a
really
great
great.
Hive episode too, and a good?
Well, I haven't told anybody else this. It is on Tuesday at 9 o'clock.
ABC.
ABC. It has a beginning, a middle, and this one has
Oh
an
my
end.
gosh. No, almost. And commercial breaks.
And commercial breaks. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
It's me, Ming-Na Wen's in there, a couple other people you've seen. I thought this joke would be a little bit funnier than it actually is.
I'm trying to help.
Yeah, I know. We're just going to stop at midway. I don't know. What can we say about 19? Not a lot.
Not a lot.
Or maybe talk about Hive's development up until now and where you see him in the future. That could give us some.
Well, all that we've seen is this guy just eats a lot and watches a whole bunch
Right.
of TV. That's all we've seen. And then we saw at the very end of that episode that there is this kind of rebirth that's happening. Magically, all of his
Abs.
yes, yeah, his ribs disappear and his abs come out. This is how it goes. Thank you, makeup team. So now, hopefully, he will get out of that room. Now, I think people should be scared because he's incredibly capable, and we don't know what his powers are. All of his powers are, but we know that he's a force to be reckoned with. He was kicked off the Earth. He was kicked off the Earth, for goodness sake. People were very scared of this guy. So it's
These two aren't, apparently.
No.
Yeah, they will follow you anywhere you want them to go.
It's pretty awesome. Next stop, coffee bar, though. I think even villains need caffeine.
That makes you even more likable.
We got time for one more question.
I have a question for Ming-Na. So in the next episode, you and Simmons are going to spend some time together, and I know you've talked about how you're going to step into that role of training Simmons. So can you share a little bit about that?
It's interesting that they showed that as one of the trailers for the next episode, and I think it's just a continuation of who Agent May is, and her maternal side is always showing up, not in her words or in hugs or even a smile or a kind word, but in her actions. She wants to make sure that Simmons is able to protect herself and have the confidence to continue serving S.H.I.E.L.D. and be
Tough love.
I'll give you tough.
That was a turn. That was a turn. That was a. You're about to say a line, and we're going to go to commercial break.
You've been replaying that tough love, right? Woo!
Thank you, everybody.
All right.
Bye. Thank you.
I think it is.
So Clark and Henry were ready to go?
What do you have to go to? She left her stuff in a panel, and it's just there.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Go grab your stuff first, because just make sure it's there.
I built obstacles for you to get your question.
Oh no, did I? Are you out of
How are you?
batteries?
Oh no, here they are.
Oh, all caps.
Distracted.
It's not big enough.
It's not Coulson's unit.
He's got his arm now.
Oh, now I lost my gun.
Like that. Oh, it's yours. I'm just going to give you.
You can always borrow.
What the hell, Henry? What did I do? I just.
No, they're gonna move for us. I wasn't sure.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I didn't realize that.
Who are you?
Oh, Miranda from Mass Effect. It's from a video game. I can be whoever I can be whoever you want me to be. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
I roll with it.
Okay.
So I have a question for Henry. Next week we find out that Mack has a brother who's played by Gaius from Friday Night Lights. So can you tell us a little bit about that relationship dynamic?
Well,
Is this embargoed? Do you know what I mean? We can't talk about it if the episode hasn't been on yet.
Is anybody publishing before Tuesday?
I won't publish this one. I'll hold it.
I know. I just didn't know because usually we get interviews that are one way or the other, so we can
there's some
probably
things I can't talk
answer.
about, not a lot.
Okay. Yeah, we won't.
The one thing I will say, I think what the writers wanted to do was take an opportunity to show the other side of S.H.I.E.L.D. Because it's kind of like being in the CIA. You can't tell people what you're doing and things of that nature. So we wanted to see the other side of the personal side of the families that have been left behind, and inevitably it's going to cause strained relationships when you're gone for long periods of time and you're not really forthcoming in what you're doing, that kind of thing. So there's that dynamic there.
And also from the minute they brought this guy onto the show, there's been this kind of swell of curiosity about this character. It's become one of the most important characters on the show. Went from being the mechanic who showed up with turned out huge special ops game to he's the guy that Coulson makes the director when he needs to go off and take care of some business. And I think there's just been a real desire to kind of find out more about the mysterious Mack and where he comes from, and that side of the show has always been really interesting to me, and I don't know, maybe you, which is how do you have a life? How do you have a family when these people give up something so primary is they don't get to go home at the end of the day. They don't get to have a normal family, so they become each other's family. And in this case, you get to see some of the ways that that plays out with their biological families.
With Bobby and Hunter leaving the show, you were kind of like the trio that joined at the beginning of season 2. Do you feel like there's extra pressure on Mack now? Because now you're kind of thrown in with the original S.H.I.E.L.D. people?
No, no pressure. Listen, honestly, I don't feel any pressure. I mean, I really trust the writing, and the writing has been so well done episode to episode. I will say that with Mack, it did feel like with Bobby and Hunter, a family within a family. So now that they're gone, I think he's just a little lost. And I think that's why he... Yeah, you said it. But yeah. I think he's just trying to find that kind of connection again.
Okay.
So Coulson's character at the end of the mid-season break, when they leave the planet, he did take a sort of a darker turn in the way that he killed Ward. They could have left him on the planet and, gone back. Are we going to see some of the effects of that later on?
Well, he could have left Ward on the planet. As Coulson, I will say only, but several people had already come back from that planet. So to me, that wasn't a locked and thrown away key. But
Right.
It's very porous between me and Phil Coulson at this point, 8 years in. So I might be being kind of defensive as Phil Coulson. Wait, dude. Look, you already see it on his face, I think, from the end of the mid-season finale. You've seen kind of hints of it already. It's a line he doesn't cross. And to me, it's the difference between he and Nick Fury, and that there's, especially the way they crafted it, which I thought was incredible, is that he went from being a functioning company man to a guy who found out that he'd been lied to and had died and was brought back against his will in a project that he recommended no one ever use. And he had a very different feeling about keeping secrets from people and about what kind of director he would be. And that involves really respecting that line. So what I like about the show is that there's things that are going on in the world that suddenly take place in our separate world. And one of them is, if you're the police and you're given special weapons and you're given special rights to use them to protect people, you don't get to just act out on your emotions. You don't get to do that stuff. That's the job you sign up for, is that you have a special public trust and you must be held to a higher standard. And I think he takes that very seriously. And I believe he's very ambivalent about whether it was okay for him to do that. And that's before he even realizes what it is he's unleashed. So it's only going bigger. I didn't mean to clap at my own answer. I was just...
We'll clap at your answer.
Thank you.
We have time for one more question.
Civil War and future movies. Might we see you in any of those again? Or I know you've been asked this before, but I'm gonna try.
Everyone asks me that, and it's really flattering. But it's funny. My focus is really just. We're shooting our last 3 episodes of season 3. To me, it's the best season we've done yet.
It is.
It's a very rare thing, I think, that you get a show where the writers and the cast just keep getting deeper and reinventing what they're doing. What we're doing on our show, to me, is its own separate island. I think it's an island that will connect outwards at some point, but I'm really focused on that island. And I feel lucky enough when I walk into the makeup trailer and there's Henry Simmons, and I get to act with him that day.
And he wouldn't tell you if he was. He wouldn't tell you.
Well, what team are you guys on?
I haven't seen the movie yet. I certainly feel like Coulson leans toward Team Cap and being against. I believe so. I believe,
I think Mack would be more for
Registration.
Mack, not me, but be more for registration. Yeah, he's just so he doesn't trust. He loves dancing like the other.
But you would be more Cap?
No, I think Iron Man is the one for registration. Right?
Yeah,
but
yourself.
you yourself.
Oh, me personally.
But it's so hard to know, I know what happened in the comics, but we don't know what leads up. Why are people taking that position until we get to see that movie?
It's a different story this time.
Yeah, but it's funny. again, on our own world, we have Inhumans everywhere, and some of them are quickly being absorbed by Hydra, it seems, and some of them are on our squad. And so there are really different feelings about that within what we're doing. So whatever happens in that movie will change what's going on in our show, I'm sure. But we have a version. We have a little bit of a civil war brewing within our own ranks already.
And I think the one question that carries on from this point forward for the rest of the season is, who can you trust? Who can you trust? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. There was a poker game we used to play backstage when I did this play for a year. We'd play this poker game called Shifting Sands, and there was a way where the wild card would change every time someone turned one over. So everything you think you had, suddenly someone turned over one card, and then it's worthless. And then someone turns over another card, and then this is a completely different thing. And sometimes it feels like there's shifting sands based on the Inhumans that manifest.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.